Hey guys, welcome back to today's live stream, and let's see what do we have in store. It's a new week, and yeah, last week was a bit of a mission, but hopefully this week we'll see it better. So let's have a look. Alright, let me just get my streams right here. Okay, let's do that. Alright. Okay, so let's go back to our bigger time frame. Let's take this off. And let's go to the 4 hourly. Alright, so on the 4 hours, we've got like so much liquidity waiting for us up here, and we've got equal highs, we've got all this unfilled fair value gaps, but we keep pushing lower. Why we keep pushing lower, I've got no idea. I know there's this big target down here. I don't know if that's where we're going. I just know from experience, when you see this trend, at some point it's got to turn to do some sort of a pullback or reset to go lower. But for now, I mean, I'm not going to say this is the bottom, because that's how you're going to get mishandled, if that's the right word. Alright, let me have a look. Give me a second here. I just want to make sure that everything here is fine. Right, okay, so let's keep going with this. Just welcome everybody, welcome traders. Alright, so market is opened. Okay, so this is on a bigger time frame. Let's go down to 15 minutes. You can see we're still pretty much down. We've got nice equal highs here. I've marked this liquidity out, and I'll tell you why. Liquidity, and the reason this liquidity is out here, if you look to the left, we've got this fair value gap, and this liquidity is lining up with that fair value gap. Alright, so that looks like a target. I mean, there's a million other targets above here, but for now let's just keep an eye on the 1 minute and see what we want to present. And I just realized something. I actually came late to this. I think there's a daylight savings that's changed. If the 9:30 was up here, alright, so seems like daylight has changed. I missed that completely, and seems like we already past 10. Well, let's see what what actually was there to, I don't know, to look at 9:30. All right, so 9 o'clock, 9:30 was around this one, this candle up here. Run into that. Where was the 9:45? So this was the range. We broke down and we tested this fair value gap. Which was a nice entry to short after we've broken that to go down. So unfortunately I've missed this trade, but also guys, even if I miss this, it's fine, because I don't have a real target to the downside to say where we're going. Maybe someone can help me telling me where the downside target is, but for now I've got actually no idea, to be honest. And I'm gonna sit and wait and see if there's anything that changes here. And I mean, my perspective, going back to the 4 hourly, aggressive broke lower, so I'm expecting us to even drop further. Let's see if we go to a daily, we can sift something out here. All right, so on the daily we've got this big fair value gap here, and maybe that's what we're trying to fill. Even here, maybe just 50% of this daily fair value gap. I'm gonna make it a different color, and let's see if that's where we want to go to. But let me give you guys a better view here. There's this equal lows down here. I want to see price break through this fair value gap, invert it to take us all the way down. Target this low and then this low over here. And what is this? This is going to be the expiry, contract expiry. Alright, so we're getting close to that, which is on the 21st of March. End of this month we're going into a new contract. We could see liquidity dry out a bit, and maybe that's what we want to see. I'm not going to predict that we're going to go all the way down here. All I'm going to do is go back to my 1 minute and say, alright guys, if we want to keep going lower, I think this 19,468 level could be a target, but we could also see some sort of a turnaround. Yeah, maybe to this base up here, I don't know. But for now, I mean, I'm not taking any trades. It's not clean for me. I've got lots of buy side to the top side, and we're just not in a position to take any longs yet. If anybody else is taking longs, well, maybe in the comments below let me know why. And yeah, but for now I don't have anything. I did see I missed the open, which was 9:30 up here, and I completely forgot that time has changed an hour. Okay, let's look at this. 19,611. 19,611. It's pretty close. I think if we want to go 19,611, I think we might see maybe a push lower down to this. Using this as a test to bounce type of thing. So maybe in this 19,500, maybe as a round number. I think for now we just need to. Okay, let's say 9468. potentially. Alright, let's see if we can get anything. It's a bit of a pity this live stream because 11 o'clock is normally my cutoff, which is not far from now. But now I know that I've missed it, and obviously we'll get it right from, you know, this week. Amazing how the I mean, anything you look, I mean, even I'm not a Bitcoin trader or, you know, those cryptos, even that, if you look at that, I mean, there was some upside that I thought if I had to trade it to go there, but market's gone down. Sorry guys, there's not much I can tell you now than just to sit and wait. If there's anything specific you guys want us to look at, just let me know, and we can hop around and see. Let's see, maybe this, maybe the 611 level is the right level. Don't know. Even if you look at the 15 minutes, maybe let's look at this. Let's go back to 1 minute. Let's just look at the pivots. Okay, so there's a pivot line here at the 19573. That could be interesting level. That's possibly where we could bounce. I mean, that still shows we pretty bearish. So I'm gonna look at something, and then up here at this base, which I was targeting 9900, that's where the other pivot is. So let's see what we do around this pivot, and I'm gonna mark it out just so we have it in sight. And I'm gonna take it off. Let's see what price does there. Pretty downwards momentum still. I mean, if you really want to take some sort of a scalp here, or take a short there, because this, it's got to bounce from something, and it could only bounce from a pivot level or the mid level down here. So let's see if we can get this as a start. Pretty slow moving as well. Alright, let's call this one 19570, 572. Right, let's see if we can scoop that up there, those profits there, be nice. So you guys will see I've put my stop like above the pivot. I found last week especially I got price moving to the pivot and turn around right before the pivots. So I don't want to get caught with that again, so I'll just be careful this time around. See if we can get that push lower. Guys, also the other thing is, if you've been going down for a while, don't try to get on at the end. You need to try to get on at the beginning of that down move. This was that 15-minute range. We broke below it, we came back, we tested in here, we gave a nice entry to short, and that would have been your short there. Just to show you guys, short would have been here. Stop would have been above this fair value gap, and then maybe you could have put it right on top of this fair value gap to at least target the fair value gap if that was your target. If you were targeting the pivot, that's a nice 5-to-1, but if you don't know, then try to look for 2-to-1, which were there couple of minutes, but yeah, that's basically what it would have been. Alright, let's see if this is going to be our push down. Us, don't know. Okay, so one thing you don't want is price to go above this high. I mean, because that could spark price to go even higher. So let's see if we can get that push through that low into our take profit. Oh man, oh man. Alright, so there's news tomorrow, I think. If I'm not mistaken, so I have to keep an eye. I just need to adjust my schedule a bit, so just bear with me this week. Come on, one not push. Come on. Hate it when we push down to a level but we can't follow through. That is because we enter too late, and literally if you take a scalp here you target this low. We're at that low now, so you should collapse your trade. And yeah. Alright, so there we go. Got that trade in, which is nice. Not the best place to take the trade. Best place was right up here at the after the range was broken, retesting the fair value gap, and then take it down. Let's just call it fair value gap so everybody knows. And there we are at that pivot level. So now it's going to be interesting to see what do we do. What are we? So the reason I don't trade beyond the 11 o'clock stamp is normally because then price could go sideways, could pull back, come back down, could screw around a little bit into the lunch hour and then find direction again, or just build up liquidity to only get run after 1 o'clock or 1:30, around there. So this is normally all the liquidity is in, or the volume is in, and now it's just, you know, screwing around. It could run liquidity like this here. I'm going to mark it out. This is like a nice trend line, and we can see this aggressive spike down, push up, run this, create equal highs, and come down again, only to go up later. But I mean, if you're not sure, then rather just sit on your hands on the side and wait for the market to present something. While I'm at it, let me have a look if the times has changed. Yep, daylight savings was yesterday. Alright guys, let me know in the comments below, do you guys want me to stream more PM sessions as well? Not more, should I start streaming the PM session at night as well? Alright guys, there's nothing I can trade on this price. It's just going slowly down. Nothing that stands out. I mean, with this pullback here, there was nothing really here. That pullback, that's a little fair value gap. Invert, test. There's not clean setups. I would rather wait. Or maybe there's no trade today. Right, yes, what I'll do is I'll see how my things work out, and maybe we should look at some PM sessions as well. Now that the AM session is so early, so I'll obviously try to do the AM sessions, and but try to squeeze in some PM sessions as well. Alright, so pretty straight, not straight down move, but a fairly slow down move. We did take one trade, which was a profitable trade, and nothing A plus, nothing clean. It was literally just jumping onto the momentum, onto this line here. Anybody wonder what this line was? This was just a pivot line. Marked it out. I think we might go to this pink block 50%, this dotted line down here. That's a daily fair value gap, so that is most probably where we're going to. I would not take the trade. Specifically, there's nothing clean except for this trade here, and if I can take you guys through this trade, this was the bottom of the range of that first 15 minutes, and that was the top of the range. We broke through it, we came back and tested the fair value gap. That would have been your entry. You could have taken it down to this fair value gap, or even down there. That was a 5.821, but you can seek for 221. 221 was right down here, so that happened in a couple of minutes. Yeah, so yeah, we'll just keep an eye on these things. But the direction is still lower. Nothing here yet tells me to buy anything, so therefore I'm not touching it. It's just a slow grind down to the downside. Alright, so we're getting into this 11 o'clock now. It's going to be silly, but I'm most probably going to end this. And the reason I'm going to end this, there's nothing right now that stands out. If there's anything of a bounce, we might see it into the PM session. It's not necessarily going to happen now. And I'll just keep an eye on it. And I'll post, I'll post stuff onto my community. And if you go down into my our description, you'll see there's a Telegram group there if you want to join that there. I post my whatever I'm talking about, I'll post it on there as well. So if you want to join that, you're more than welcome. If you don't want to go, if you don't get the notifications quick enough in YouTube, you're more than welcome to do it there as well. Alright, let's see if this wants to do anything. See, it's testing that, so I don't know if that's just a test to go lower. Use that pivot as a resistance type of level. just so you guys know, I don't trade pivots in the sense of using them as resistance, support and that. I merely use them as targets from time to time, and the only reason I use them is because I've traded them before I did fair value gaps and all of that. I used to trade pivots, and but it's not that simple or consistent to just trade it. You're going to use that with something. Fair value gaps, liquidity, what I'm using right now, works for me, and if it lines up with a pivot, then I believe that pivot is going to be a solid level of interest. Right, let's see if we're gonna get continuation to the downside here. Alright, so for now, these highs, lower highs, those are all liquidity. If you want to go up here, let's look at something quickly. So this is the first fair value gap, so I'll just mark it in purple and say it's first fair value gap. Alright, so what that means is we could see price, if it bounced from here, to go all the way up there, but bear in mind there's a fair value gap right below it, so it's like a double wall type of thing. So just keep that in mind, and let me take this off and show a better view. Alright, so just be careful of this double wall. That could be something that prevents market from going higher here, but it won't surprise me if we want to go and slice through it, because then we've got plenty liquidity up here. But for now, yeah, I've got nothing confident to say what to take. For now, we got to break through this high here, close above it, come back, test, and then see some sort of a momentum change to go up to those levels. Alright guys, we might see price go down again or going sideways a little bit. I'm not going to be too phased right now, and yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day here. I'll keep an eye and see if there's something I can do in PM. I'll set something out, and then maybe we'll just jump on it a bit later. But for now, I'm going to pop off. I'll chat to you guys tomorrow or so. Take care, don't overtrade, don't try to jump on late moves, and rather wait for something that's really spectacular and stands out, that you could say that's like A++. And I will see you guys in the next stream. Cheers for now, bye bye.